Yes, who the MPP achieved 2016? MPP by Menkamta Frey, Kakra Benya farm, Menasia, Najaku, where did the Jakokra, where we were you mentioned, where did you know? Yes, you farm, Menasia farm.
Say international airport to Cape Coast. Kumasi and international airport. What that I we only the nanum jama peso and a see what that yes, you know. Amana kama enti media mehuno eh bova akwan ntokuro biem se akwan se tum
Akwan
awura ne
ufri santemem mu na baaye eja ko ufri santemem ah yes de wo susu na niwa eja ya pray ade akwan santemem ena no kumasefo kamu se wo makwan se atutuo ugina ha ya kasa akwan ayetum kumasefo ebumfu
na menka sam kire oni nka me amede me mantam me fie ni mu de beye
ufie ya laji de na kumase
bi me de aye tabuo mu de no
tabuo
me ba me de beye mfato ho kire se tabuo kumase de mehu a yakaso egu o meme kwan no ye nyanka so so me no kase kwasi ada meme da ni nyina no o mu gina so o mo ye dai o mo ye
e won tabuo me ankasa me se aye o se akoto emplaza
o humase kwa da so e de ko da nchemu so e kwa ye si ye ni o se mebua fresesia enkofo ye
o Facebook we are live on Facebook I nipa about 800 ne gina so 80 masifo bebele
ye ni bronya
enje ko se
ye ni bronya
masi akwa so
me de kwani ne bedi bronya ye ni bronya na me gina so amababa me nsem me gi nhira nko a
eti yama na nado da ko for the for more to do more
se Ghana constitution no kura babo anka yama ne be mfiedu no na ko wanye sa anyefo se nka babo anka mfiedu no
Ayogo
minia
ene na we expect say ye fan to dwa ema wo creative art sector and now on crofos anya rekura from 2005 we uti wo ba wo ba mu betwa mu atamil time now gina na so and then another ba ye the creative art sector na wo gina on na so pa no wo ni ba bia ene o chefa ade na so say na na do the to dwa e betimi aboa I revive the job of Alex Kofi Adume we am a legend when it comes to the movie. And then I'll bet me aye.
The met me I can say yes the only to one you didn't me me so the no ni oka ye nyina be dia dance say nepa ni behwe me kan na maka me mantamu kwa adaso kwa adaso creative art sector no behwe dan ya omu siesi wo anya sini nko na anya nwumko omu anwene ne enema bebre eka ho ma creative art industry no yetimi page no ene behwe kwa adaso kwa adaso kwa adaso Paul Kan Junction behwe dan ya omampanyin ne naban page ebabua ye creative art sector no etimi de minim se enye no nko kumase Ghana afana ba bia no ye benya creative art enema bebre actors bebre
Kumasi Ghana for na baby yes Kumasi for na moje Ghana movie industry esi ho ene Nanado Baya was creative art village me kwa kosi ni chebi enu nti Kumasi for mu ne ya kutukum Nanado ji eye Kumasi creative art no munyina so ade akoche na wo support
Mr. President don't mean kase oji akoche bi Mr. President wan kan sa na sometimes aya na amanfo bi kasa editwintwa nipa anam chebi de eye kuro ba chebi no senior adwuma no fapem ni ho ye nyina nim say ya santimam enkramam empo ye nuanom no den region soso no omo soso utra omo besa omo nyina ebuama industry na ye nti say ye senior dosu a on kase wo de kwa kosi chebi
ba say o te so omo de koche
ya keka
ba de ne ye kase de koche bi a wo aja ko ba pene
me ankasa kra me ka che president say ho nye
ba say ya chimni
me ya chini ye santini ba
we ya chini ye santini ba de ne ye de koche ma wo mpre
dia de kono no kra ye ba ko pe adwuma ni nyina gina asante mem ho ne ye hye bibia ase etisi ye de ba ho na daachi bia no ye tete ye nuanum atimfo nkwadai na wo mususu pagya wo industry no eye den a ebi be ko soso amana yi etinye se bia me ye chini ni ntino na bia de akosi ho na afa na gise obi firi Kumasi enkraba na wa be ye de sese wo ye wo abrasini adosuo no se me
adwuma na gu ho
sini adwuma na enwu na ne na ba akumu abu
ade na amerabu
se wa wo ya
ufiri mu
aya me kan krofo bi nti ase
wo se ufiri mu na ameragu ho
na masa edua no utu ase a obeso ababen
etu omu tu ase
utu dia na ase a
wa mu na di se adwuma no
ene ese wo mu ala
ye be se hunu aja ko a wasi ne na so
pa na se me ho de hu me se sai ho de se ko
aja ko me da ase no mre Abina 8.9 mi aga some legend aja ko ana ne ya te ne kano ora Lucky Mensa also for more to do more yanko me did ok take kwa me free for Mensa betimi afra me the youth president and I ababa pm e Cape Coast University I bottom left right ya bottom na the launching of MPP manifesto and the pia me anga sabiniano live you be pm sanitizer mo see the sanitizer man is American we want be wati animal na sanitizer na is American o chire mi mo tena chire mo hand sanitizer mo amutie ya no mo betimi akọ Facebook live na makọ akọhwe de etwago no ye papa George wo be ene yes COVID-19 hey why won't you nose mask ya papa mo ai senior bra any come live happy 98.9 Jumedi near Pawana Bay extension live from Cape Coast University the launching of the MPP manifesto and they betie the MPP worker Emma Ghana na ye busase SSA so yede another 4 years eka wo mo ho anase the omayede yamomo kwatena fie na obi foforo emra meto aso yene atitire ne ani pom bebre ana etwe nkomo abrante odi say
the friend Ishmael Mensa
etimidie ne kakra so odi so ba we original oye Ishmael Mensa meme ye free for Mensa ene ye be pie mo mocha sanitizer we are there
form for nana sanitizer form for nana
sa mo de tonkrofo vote ho
ye de manu why are there you gonna for sakadodo obi ya dey say ofio no bi meto aso ono onye wi ase wa bre no akono fraba onka se wa bre o se onko form for nana
do nka so wa bre
onka she
etu jiri se ase ma nana do to aso
form for nana
to do more sanitizer mo chichana
ye teacher free but we pese o ye bia na wa kan na ya man
na ma ya man
na din picture to so boko
enam se mo do nana do ntina mo ya chiche no
na ya man
Ishmael wa ya de mo apiafo ye beba yanko na yene yankase yenua awono na kofodua ene na mfiri santemem na mba bedru ha baabi a bigiri se menua no ayekofo ete kofodua ho ana me yankasa me nana yekodru ho a meyo ho chairman bacho udi no area
Honorable Ike Apau-Jesse and Pennyford in the crowd. I Apau-Jesse and then Apau-Jesse Ababepia. Honorable a dear partner do appear. Miramedasi, they didn't carry my main castle, oh, Bojuma, will be a meteor pa. Titulus of Fraguna. Yes, free also. Oh, what should I make me face? More any what be you calling any also? Me papa no me ayoko for. Eti me ba no. Aduma so dey Bobby power ko for dia. Me da say o ene. Me da say. So far then do be here. Well, Mira, dey kai. Mame Nchiao any wotiefo. And I made the Nchiasronku from His Excellency the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Ekoma wo no wotiefo nyina. Ye toso biem. Koforudia ya hinkro. Enti se menya akonya se ya na wo se mitimi chia me nananom Professor Emeritus Dasibre Otiboate. Nana Jase, Nana Kronti, Nana Hima, eni nananom nyina. Wa yokoba. Wa yokofo nko na mebo nti. Na maka ne se awie no. Ene eyeda ponda. Ene eyeda Ghana fo be hu se Yerua Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo bibi padu wonanim Mura no obaye ade a obi nya ebi dankwa na woye na mamu mane nya mo nwanwa se saa enwumasua na Yerua Addo Dankwa bemaba wode Ghana fo awuramu no. Look, it is one of the most important policies obi a na ni abriso opeso peja ne man no obeye any education. Look, Asia, China, Malaysia, Korea, because of education. Me go school in Canada, and I'm here Juma US. Now me work Canada no early 80s. What you say? China phone ba adia no ba be say no mo school. Me China phone e try classroom. Say na omusua de ni nyina no na omo go back to their country to develop their country. And then, where is China? China is counted to be, I think, the most second powerful nation on this earth. And why is that? It's because of education. Etimidi obia obaba obama engumesia ayo ade edi woni kan no me hunu se o hwe konkan na indeed o person o chichire o man no. Yes, there may be problems here and there. Why not? Bibi a chese bia eden. Oh, shall see me to you. And to say net, and net you're on top of your game. Because who come when you know not mistakes in kitty. I know who you know. Say what you mean. Say and one is our fire, sir. We will be a meteor. And to make a chill say, Semitis amount for Sabia Pia for Sabia Cronto. Omo yet the day and the free SHS and I say, and a be say, Michuana miss Sabi million will be Yantias here. Messa Ghana for Mama Yerua Nana Addo Dankwa kwan na free SHS na ye kono yemfa nkosa if you say and no you be define Ghana and wo yes what mayor Akonya so yes e wo Koforidua yes yes, because of education. And Niama Ben Abaye, why ye no Koforidua for you. Now, about 2 weeks ago, meaning the only mayor secondary city okay project out of 25 municipalities Koforidua ka ho bi no ye cut sword for the construction of drain from Koforidua Adan to Nkubem, almost about 16.8 kilometers. Ensure efritity ensure to Koforidua bia minimsa unimsa na yiri fire because Koforidua will be passing and ensure no good people no so na sane na a bufa manfo especially omomote in sukwa no so no. And for the first time one kasa wo fase anasa wo nana me nana no me de adwene aba me ni me mpanyimfo wo assembly ye nso kwa drain no in 2 weeks time 7 contractors the machines akɛseɛ ebesi hɔ astart aye drains no from nso kwa Kofodua da to Nkubem minia we a life changing project, direct impact to the people. If we say obiya say na nipa ewu etimi so no timi yiri fa amanfo na 2 years ago na me ye maduma yewura nanado e de me ba akunya so me by September, by October na nsu ato yiri amanfo ma omu fie okwa na papa bi e wakofa ne be free school na obodebo
ba wo ba ye wetimi solve this problem
no ye solve ye hyaase in 2 weeks time. And then you ragua. What are you kuni? Can pay? Let's say Adia Mike. The bio when here and who's so and who's so Minu Casay, Okoko Furudia Zongo, market a wohono, yan 2 warm farm. Yaran Yaberma, and they see Kufota time. Na enam se yan to wall amfa hunti. Na de bia se bim ponchi enwan ene nantwie ena na eba ebegidwa no sofa. Wako a me ba yanam se da bi. Se ne nipa si tonton niema wo abonten Kofodua abonten so no. E makro no nyefe. Ena wontimi sori preko pen so se o kopam obi one ne yire ne ma se odidi o mo bidie se o kopam because of ton niema o pavement so ana wo ton bakwam
esi market mo no we sia mo
eguso me no kasai evidence wo ho me shows about 60 to 70 there ye bedu
ye wi aso hia wo dia adin o se bit me kan wasem o se bit me kan wasem
there no
sa
yo eniema gugu ho ko ye ba ye sabe schools ni bi wo ha na baby asabe won be ko ayisukura no eden wakwa me kukuru 18 seater e wo presby ene wo kwa ye wie e wo ho
na school school amomo
the toilet facility
yes 18 seater toilet facility
modern facility white and blue e wo ho projects in the me make ka bebre de me ka consider ne se yewura nana adodan kwa Akufuado na nisu ade hunu a ye de chichire oman no me gidi se Ghana for see nya abotre eduro beji wa atrema entisa na agro be dan so a efri anopa enya sa se ye hwe niema yewura no de egu akon mu na baako dan edie na mira bi pebi wo ho magana fo na minka bibi ncho tire ngwan a rail system na collapse me short obedi ho dance
me gidi
enne yewura jogate adaroma chuku chaka achasiye enchasiye no oman baba no sani e chichiro oman se obetimi aye bibi na etimi transform oman no sese ame no kase you got the train no e ba be fami Kofodua na train kwan so basa dia na chese development e beba mini ya unbe we na dia be biem na hope
etiema mo formo
free Kofodua
ejoso
yes
na wudi twam na nabo
yes
na na
asokore efigase
edi akoto ta 1 to 2 edi
asphalt ni anam so
the problem na mo wa no nti se ne ye be ma manifesto a ususu se Kofodua for MPP omuntie mo na mo ba be solve sa problem no amomo
well make us problems ne de untimi en solve problems ni nyina ye human beings ya da bia sabi ya wo na ekromu trade won solve problems no na ebi ba be ka ho enu nti yakwan ni bi wo ha yeguso ye da yeru ase yewura amoakwata Why ye bebre? In fact, it's all back of Ford and Finfia. Asphalt in the a tasso to say the Yatam a Yatasuno. F. Nemum akwani bi wo ha mejiri se enchekra ombeya ma ete se trom kole agavenya 2 streams sa enclave no afeni ye de ama contractor na mejiri se ye koye nim no contractor no me bonija na otimi aye ne ntemtem ama kofodua apagya no ho enti ba ko so no no
she be boss be bonija
mira me omo frame action man ana adwumahura edin no man fa ma me kekewu eye because say me kum hu ma adwuma me ye me nya me yo ametra office me ye be yo ebrebia menam ena kofodua market Central Market, Gabin Sewa Market, and the Agata Market. Now, Central no ni Gabin Sewa no. You see ya chair, especially Central since 1928. And who any major yeah, and Yabis again say, Yadin. Shebe to akwemu na abaya poaye am yes in foforo. Na mum enkoye pre kope e wo se yetimi na ye ne stakeholders edi san komono no obi ate no wase ni ehunu do bia ye nuanom ye and she share betu akwamu na aboaye maame nom amo matimi market for enye na say right samre what is
wa ne ekoswa na president of the republic na Adodanko Akufo-Addo ana ne waba bedru the grounds the launching of the manifesto and then many ankasa me this year Yokoba Ike Aruna mayor Emma Kofodia beto Kofodia Joso Kofodia tota 1 tota 2 ade kwa de ekeka wona ehwe eho nyina eso ana atwukomo ene honorable yebusaw Diana ususu se John Dramani Mahama Nunti maya ntwa ba mano ba kokura ansa no aba ba nwa no
oh minia
Mr. President, you're welcome. Let's keep standing for the national anthem.
God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Fill our hearts with true humility, make us cherish fearless honesty, and help us to resist oppressors with all our will and might forevermore. And help us to resist oppressors with all our will and might forevermore.
Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated.
Nana adodankwa akufuado. Ewurade se woda na kuma so ankasa o. Anuti na wasayi wasi jafedumu a. Wuchira na namua wuya na juma no. Mitufu se nshadi obonifo ne beyaw. Entie nipa obebu wapem. Ewa musa Ibrahimu ya dindia. Nanso wudi atuna pinti. Na ya juma medi asa wonsam no kradie mame. Na nimkwafia pa dia ebirinka wo hye. Menim wo firi wo na yam. Me yu mi si wansa no reba wo. Utri nyegu utri sumpo minimano nana. We are many workers here. We see. Obi biara to me nyina wanimo nana. The obeji atinya no mama na di nkuguo. Awana nipa nyina be wusami yo nyame o. Ai maya bido. Maya bido. Sawuti media. Ababa muamau. Kai Daniel. Maya bipay. Afesie. A different true because Untuminya president da. Mia urade. Me ma won susu ya yakwa. Na wajina tuo dani hunu. Free senior high. Wasi wuntuminya da. Mia urade. Mama wani suade hunu abam. Ene. Wani wani ni daso. Hey. 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 Oh Jesus. Asafu awurade akantam. Ampara. Sadia masusu no. Sa na bebam. Sadia wanu awurade aboni tirim. Sa na begina. Oh Jesus. Shadden. Meba Shadden. Nanado. Suan Kaso. Ah, Anutina Mayu Masi was a Jaffa Dumois. Wutina Manamua. We are Matumano Wate. Hey.
Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Still in the prayerful mood, we invite the Reverend Father James Donko Afuakwa from the St. Peter's Regional Seminary to lead us in prayers.
Please let us stand. We pray in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Lord our God, we give you thanks for our lives and for how far you have brought us as a nation in her democratic dispensation. Today, one of the great parties of our nation meets here to launch its manifesto. A manifesto, O Lord, is a reflection of what the party has for the nation. It is a plan and a policy that streams out, lines out its aims for the development of the nation in the context of an electoral year. Lord, a manifesto takes cognizance of the present, looks back to the past manifesto to see how far they have been faithful to the promises made, and propels that into the future to see what the party can do for the well-being of the nation. Lord God, you are the owner of the present. You are the master of the past, and you are the architect of the future. And so we lift you high this day and leave everything into your hands. We pray for the leadership of the party, especially for the president and the vice president, who double as the flag bearers of the party for the next election. Lord, may they be the symbol of political and moral integrity. May they be the pillars of selfless service to the party. May they annul any sense of self-aggrandizement. It may thus infect all the functionaries of the party and propel the growth and development of our nation. Father, this day and this activity is in your hands. May whatever we hear today come from you, so that whatever we take out of this place will also be guided by your Holy Spirit. May all those who address this function do that with the love for our nation and a sense of development of the country, Ghana. May everything we do here be for the peace, the love, and the tranquility of our nation. Dear Lord, bless our homeland, Ghana. Make her great and strong in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Work tirelessly to retain power, and I assure you all that the central region will. Thank you very much.
Minister is here with all ministers of states. Put your hands together for all ministers of state here present. The Honorable Chief of Staff, the one and only Madam Frema Osei Opar is also here. Of course, we have a few of our chief executives also in the house. Please put your is seated with all members of parliament. Please put your hands of our party here present. Please put your hands together for all members of our Council of Elders.
Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and His Excellency Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia on June 27, 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to delivery on our manifesto promises, the Akufo-Addo government has no match. In just 3.5 years, we've been able to implement or are in the process of implementing all our flagship manifesto promises, notwithstanding the shattered economy we inherited from the John Mahama administration. So when it comes to the credibility of manifesto promises, the people of Ghana know that when we promise, we deliver. It is for this reason that there is an overwhelming show of interest in the exercise we are about to undertake today. We, more than any other political party, have the credibility of delivering on our promises, and we are committed to maintaining that credibility. Having achieved so much in this, our first term, the Ghanaian people should certainly expect that our second-term manifesto, which we are launching today, will seek to consolidate the gains that we have made so far in the economic transformation of the Ghanaian society. The Ghanaian people should look forward to a manifesto that addresses their concerns and meets their legitimate expectations. And ultimately, we should all look forward to a manifesto that embodies the very spirit and aspiration of the Ghanaian people and delivers prosperity for all. It is worth pointing out that our opponents announced to the world some 2 or so months ago that their manifesto was ready and they've been presented to their party leadership, and yet they have still not been able to launch it for the people of this country to see what is in it. Obviously, they are waiting for us to launch our manifesto so they can copy our ideas as usual. Well, we have launched our today, and they are free to copy since they lack ideas. We have no fears, because, as has been shown over and over again, when you appropriate an idea or a project that you don't fully understand or believe in, you can never implement it properly. To conclude, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I want to seize this opportunity to, on behalf of the party, commend the 2020 Manifesto Committee, which was chaired by a hard-working, innovative, inspiring, and world-acclaimed running mate and Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for doing an exceptional work in putting this manifesto document together. The party is also thankful to the Manifesto Launch Planning Committee, led by Madam Oboshisai, for their illustrious efforts in organizing this manifesto launch. As we can all see, they have done a great job. Thank you, and may God bless us all. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The General Secretary deserves another round of applause. Leadership of service,
protecting our progress, and transforming Ghana for all. Thank you very much. At this stage, we invite the national chairman of the party, the Honorable Freddie Blay, for his brief remarks. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the national chairman, Mr. Freddie Wasmeu Blay. Thank you, Chairman.
Mr. President, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Mr. Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the Second Lady, the Chief of Staff, Senior Minister, Majority Leader, Ministers and Members of Parliament, the diplomatic corps are here, those who have joined us through other media all over the world, invited guests, and of course, the friends of the media. I also join my General Secretary, who had just spoken to you, to greet you and welcome you as well to this manifesto launch. If I look around, the beauty of the arrangement, the efficiency, the way we've gone about this, is a manifestation of a government that is prepared, ready, knowledgeable, and capable of managing the affairs of this country. Thank you, Mr. President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and your able Vice President. About 4 years ago, it will be recalled, before the 2016 December general elections, the NPP adored its vision, policies, and programs for Ghana in Accra, the trade fairs site in the manifesto. That, of course, was our social contract under the able, competent leadership of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We will say, and I say so with humility, but confidence, that within the 3.5 years, we have kept our faith with the people of Ghana to a very great extent. Fulfilled our promises largely. It's evidence all over the world, all over this country, and it could be seen the extent that the economy is being repaired. In spite of its messy situation, we found it. We are about to go for another election. And we are here once again, yet it's been pointed out, to adore our manifesto of a continued vision to transform the economy, to make the people strong and prosperous, among the Committee of Nations in the world. I consider it a privilege standing before you today in this great city of Cape Coast to be part of the history making in the efforts to uplift the fortunes of our people through our manifesto. This is a task that the MPP government under the leadership and presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has set itself. In sincerity, clarity, and focus, the party is coming out with its manifesto for the renewal of its mandate. This manifesto, dubbed the Leadership of Service, Protection of Progress, Transforming Ghana for All, is what we stand to offer to the people of Ghana once again. It is an indication of how ready the MPP was 2016 and is now and will be in the future, taking and tackling the economy, advancing good governance, and development of our country for all of us. We are therefore asking people in this country that come December 7th, based on what we say we will offer, take us seriously, under the leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Vote for us again, and we will deliver. May God bless all of us. Thank you very much.
Kukurudu. 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 Let's put our hands together once again for the national chairman. Permit me to announce once again to the good people of Ghana on this historic occasion the meeting ID. The meeting ID is 508-278-6012. I repeat again, 508-278-6012. And the pass code is 247149. Pass code again, 247149. Social media handles is N Akufo-Addo. Facebook and Twitter, N Akufo-Addo. N Baumia, and then MPPGH. Thank you very much. Mr. President, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the essence of leadership is that you have to have a vision. It's been 3.5 years of this visionary leadership, bold, courageous, and decisive. And this is the story so far.
We are going through so many challenges in terms of economics problems, people are not getting jobs.
As of job, we need more jobs. We need more jobs. A whole lot to do in Ghana.
very hard. Very hard. Yeah, very hard. Because on June, in power.
Businesses are collapsing, and the unfortunate thing is even our light bills are not even going down. This thing has been happening for 3 years now. We get light in the day for only 2 days. Only 2 days. So out of the 5 days, it means you can work for only 2 days. And this is very bad.
I asked him if he had ever been offered a bribe before.
You mean as president?
As John Mahama.
As a human being?
As a person.
What are you going to do about this astonishing rate of inflation? You're hitting 15%. People are suffering in very tangible ways. We've seen scenes in Accra that we don't usually associate with Ghana at all.
It is time for them to fix the problem. If they can't fix the problem, then they must give way to another government which will take over and run the affairs of our country.
The only way we can guarantee the future of Ghana is to remove John Dramani Mahama from power and bring in the NPP to rebuild our country.
With the background of hopelessness and dejection that had enveloped the entire country, we fashioned a manifesto to change the situation. And so that's how our manifesto was titled Change, an Agenda for Jobs.
That I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God.
For many Ghanaians, this victory in 2016 came with a renewed hope. The New Patriotic Party had also won majority in parliament.
It will not be easy. We have no illusion. Whatsoever. It will require sacrifice, but it can be done.
But after victory came reality. And with the record time, the new president formed and announced key members of his government. They are the men and women who will drive his vision. Making it clear to them that there was no time to waste.
simply about that, about getting development, if you like, to the grassroots.
The task ahead was enormous. His first major task was to ensure that power was stable in the country in order to get small businesses and industries that had collapsed under the Mahama administration back to work.
To do this, we needed to find the money, because one of the major causes of doomsday was lack of money to buy fuel for the operation of our plant. Nigeria had refused to give us gas as a result of huge debts. And the president negotiated with Nigeria, and Nigeria agreed to restore gas supply to Ghana. I had to buy generators. And it was not easy at all at the time.
We are so happy that today you get up, there is electricity. There is power to do everything.
It takes a leader that has the confidence of his peers. You know, to be able to broker such arrangements that we got within the short period.
After years of doomsday, the lights were finally back for good. Agriculture has been the bedrock of Ghana's economy since time immemorial. The launch of the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative in April 2017, 4 months in office by the president, encouraged Ghanaians to take farming more seriously than in recent past. Through this program, agriculture is once again a respectable and profitable venture that is creating jobs.
The direct benefits are two. First of all, his income doubles, trebles. Because those who were harvesting 3-4 bags, eking out from an acre of land, can now do 10, 15, 20. 40 bags. I've seen it in Tumu area, where just by using improved seed and fertilizer, their yields just go using the same sweat.
Yes, I have a seed. Come, Baba. Ako factory. Iya bi yen hwe mo school. Ya bi yen hwe ya maame mo ya bi yen hwe ye nuanum. Nti eguda ye dey. Ye edwuma osidam nti obi an dey onfa no hu maship.
You have to go up to the rural areas to see the kind of prosperity this engagement is bringing to them. It's making them very, very comfortable. The poverty is being tackled head on.
Today, the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative has brought renewed hope and energy, creating jobs, reducing poverty, and improving food security across the country. It's been after many years of neglect by the erstwhile Bahama-led administration.
I think today you see leadership that is responsive to the challenges of the Ghanaian people. Leadership that is also very committed to improving the quality of life of every Ghanaian, not just a few people.
The first term of President Akufo-Addo's leadership has not even ended, yet so much has been achieved. Within months in office, nurses and teachers who were abandoned by the Mahama-led administration were empowered with the restoration of their allowances. The National Health Insurance Scheme was immediately given a new lease of life with the payment of the 1.2 billion Ghana cedi arrears. Leakages at the country's ports have been sealed with the introduction of paperless ports. To augment operations of the National Ambulance Service and to save lives, 307 new ambulances were distributed to all 275 constituencies across the country. Another fulfillment of a campaign pledge, one constituency, one ambulance. As a first step in the fight against corruption, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has been established. With a promise to create jobs for the youth, he created NAPCO, or the Nation Builders Corps, which is giving jobs to thousands of young graduates. Industrialization was another major aspect of the president's grand plan to transform Ghana. The one district, one factory policy was born out of the need to diversify the economy and create jobs for the Ghanaian people.
So far, 232 companies and projects have been established and are at various stages of implementation. They are spread throughout the country. In different districts, in different regions, from the north to the south, from the east to the west.
Everything here has been thought of, designed, built, and is now being run by Ghanaians. What we see here are very young people. We picked some from the university, some from industry, some from the streets.
We are testimony to this fact that the idea that Nana Addo initiated and is championing is actually bringing a transformation in the lives of people. Just an idea from an individual can just change a life like that.
But it goes beyond that, because it is also capturing new enterprises, at the same time capturing existing enterprises that were completely demobilized and almost dead, which have been resurrected.
2013, 14, 15, after the night, one collapse, and I got in a few. Until now, Brabon, DA, until you see, after 2021, and you test an anado, a baby, a Jumano, one desert, one factory. So I share a Juanasano. You never cross so at Twediane, and my immediate.
The One District, One Factory initiative is an economic landmark, empowering the private sector to grow. Several factories are up and running since its launch in August 2018.
Gazette number 12 of 2019, and thereby creating the Northeast region, and signed the instrument.
Following the country's constitution, President Akufo-Addo led the creation of 6 new regions, empowering several communities that have been deprived of development. Using his long-known negotiating skill, peace has finally come to Dagbon. The presidential pitch, an initiative to support young entrepreneurs and the needy with startup capital, has become his regular routine. Bottlenecks in the banking sector, which were collapsing the country's economy, is now cleaned up. As part of an agenda to digitize Ghana, an ambitious infrastructure development program for the ICT sector with the national broadband infrastructure is ongoing. September 2017, school children from across the country waved their flag with excitement. For the first time in the country's history, senior high education is made free across the country.
A government may not be able to make every citizen rich, but with political will and responsible leadership, a government can help create a society of opportunities and empowerment for every citizen. And I know no better way to do so but through access to education.
The education of the Ghanaian child is something dear to President Akufo-Addo. Through this policy, a record 1 million children have access to secondary education in Ghana.
He is the driver and mover of free SHS. As we speak, apart from we doing the technical work to support his SHS, the free SHS program is under the office of the president.
For him to bring free education, women who ordinarily go and sell their clothes to make sure that the children are sent to school or there's food on the table, now would not sell their clothes again, but will have their children in school.
Across the country, many parents and students have shared various testimonies on the overwhelming success of the free senior high school policy and how it is securing their future.
In 2001, I lost my father, and in 2008, I lost my mother. If not because of the introduction of the free SHS, I wouldn't be here, and my vision is to become a nurse in future so that I'll be able to help my community and the nation at large.
When you talk about infrastructure projects, there's no comparison. Because let me give you an example. When you take 12-unit classroom, we did 165. When you talk about 3-unit classroom blocks, all in secondary school, we have done 60. When you talk about 6-unit classroom blocks, we've done 173. We have about 3 times more than the SDC ever thought in their mind.
By 2016, most of the country's road networks were in terrible condition. Everywhere the new president went, the plea of the people was for him to rescue the sector.
I'm happy I came here today to see this for myself. I think, Mr. Engineer, there's a lot more work that needs to be done for us to be able to find a satisfactory way out for the future.
Without much delay, the president personally embarked on a mission to radically change the face of Ghana's road network.
The road sector serves as the pivot, the fulcrum around which the economic development of the country revolves. So, the president went to work, government, tackle the poor, deteriorated road infrastructure of our country from the very beginning. For the first time in the history of this country, 4 interchanges are being built simultaneously. We can talk about Pokwase interchange. We can talk about Tema interchange. We are working on Obi Chebilamte. Interchange, Tamale interchange. Under Sando Hydro is in currency. We are going to cut salt for Takrady. Interchange at the PTC roundabout, making it 5. It has never happened in the history of this country.
The country's railway sector can today boast of modern terminals and coaches. A 670-kilometer greenfield railway corridor linking the southern part of Ghana to Paga is underway. And so is the railway interconnectivity project between the port of Tema and Ouagadougou, the capital of Burkina Faso. Water has been supplied to many rural communities, while the One Village, One Dam initiative is making irrigation in several farming communities easy. Aggressive sports infrastructural development is being undertaken in many communities across the country, taking sports closer to the youth. Construction is underway for Ghana's first creative arts school, while a court to protect Ghanaian musicians and the arts will be up within the next few weeks. In 2019, the Year of Return program injected billions of dollars into the Ghanaian economy and saw an increase in tourist arrivals.
To date, over 450 1,000 people around the world have died because of coronavirus.
We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
The coronavirus pandemic took the world by surprise. No country in the world prepared for it. Even nations regarded as superpowers are grappling to deal with it. But leadership may have determined the survival of citizens in every nation. President Akufo-Addo is meeting with various stakeholders to assess the nation's preparedness.
The Ministry of Health has announced that 2 cases of COVID-19.
Ghana is investigating 2 suspected
By the 12th of March, Ghana had recorded her first 2 cases. At this point, decisive leadership is key.
Those were heady moments in the government. Those were very difficult moments. And even if you want fear in the system, but out of all of that, he showed extraordinary leadership. He was very steady, very focused. And very calm.
Midnight in Accra, and the nation is sleeping. President Akufo-Addo is meeting with his top COVID-19 medical advisors and the Vice President. They are assessing the possibility of a reasonable lockdown. But the President was firm that a total lockdown cannot be considered. His major concern was the informal sector and the vulnerable in society.
Fellow Ghanaians, Good evening. I've come to your homes once again.
With truth and openness to the people, the president made his address to the nation a frequent routine.
These are not ordinary times. So let us all put our shoulders to the wheel. And I'm confident that together, by the grace of God, we shall overcome this challenge.
It is said that tough leaders are made for tough times. The leadership provided by President Akufo-Addo in these COVID times is unparalleled. He rallied and empowered local pharmaceutical companies and the manufacturing industry to provide essentials such as PPEs and hand sanitizers. Water was made free for all Ghanaians. Electricity was also made free for the poor with 50% reduction for high consumers. Hot meals were provided for the needy. And vulnerable in society.
We know what to do to bring back our economy back to life. What we do not know is how to bring people back to life.
He wanted to see what the people were being fed with, how we feed them, the number of people that congregate that we say they are not observing the social distancing. And this was something that I didn't think the president will take keen interest in?
Knowing that the most affected by the COVID are small businesses, President launched a 1 billion Ghana Cedi business support scheme.
What's on the bed? I'm a metimia and Majuma.
Today, $120,000 beneficiaries, micro small and medium enterprises have benefited from this fund. 60% of these beneficiaries are women.
From this crisis, comes a lesson. President Akufo-Addo recognizes that Ghana has to make significant investment in the public health system and has immediately begun construction of 88 new district hospitals, all to be completed within a year.
The world is looking at Ghana. You would be surprised at the sort of interactions I've had from locally from Nigeria and elsewhere. They're very proud of us.
I am not surprised that he stands tall amongst his peers, both in Africa and in the world.
It's thoughtful leadership. That thing thinks about the people. It thinks about the grassroots. It thinks about changing the lives of people. It's not selfish leadership.
If Ghana wants to become a big player in the global economy, the way forward is to industrialize. President Nana Akufo-Addo is doing exactly that.
Continuity is in the interest of Ghana. Continuity is in the interest of the economy of Ghana. Continuity is in the interest of the youth of Ghana, because with continuity, we can consolidate the gains and protect the gains that we've made and ensure that we unleash the full potential of the Ghanaian people and the Ghanaian youth.
4 years of change has been, in my view, so far so good. But it is not yet Uhuru, as they say. We haven't gotten there yet. But it is important that we protect the gains that we have made in 4 years.
Under the leadership of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the NPP, the bar of leadership in Ghana has been raised. The foundation plans for Ghana's transformation is being laid. Investor confidence in Ghana has been built with global corporations such as VW, Sinotruck and others setting up their manufacturing plants in Ghana. For the first time since the formation of the African Union, Ghana is headquarters of a major body, the African Continental Free Trade Area.
This is the leadership we are talking about. You can do better. Please put your hands together once again. They said it was not possible. Out of despair is what we have delivered. Put your hands together once again under the able leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have 3 acknowledgements to make, and with your permission, I want to introduce the Omanhene of the Trifu traditional area, Obrimpong Apia Nyama, who is also a member of the Council of State. Let's put our hands together for him. We are in the central region, and I think that it's important that I introduce Kennedy Ohende Kumpreku Ajapong, the master brainer of the Central Regional Party, and ladies and gentlemen, the second lady of the Republic of Ghana. The second lady of the Republic of Ghana. Beautiful Samira Baumia. Put your hands together for her once again. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good people of Ghana. At this stage, we are going to listen to short briefs from this manifesto we are talking about on key sectors. And as usual, the NPP is leaving no one behind. To set the tone for this is the Chief Executive Officer of the Coastal Development Authority. His name is Jerry Ahmed Shaibu, also known as the Choco Lawyer. Put your hands together for Jerry Ahmed Shaibu.
A collective effort at nation building to ensure no one is left behind.
We have managed to give water to 164 rural communities. And the Upper East Water, which is ongoing, is also going to give a lot of water to the people in the Bogatanga, Paga, Navrongo, and its environs, as well as villages en route the water supply. With regard to urban water, we have also, through the Gamma project, provided 260 kilometers of pipelines into homes to pipe the water into the homes of the people of Accra. As I speak, we've also built 30,000 toilets in Accra. As I speak, we've also built 30,000 toilets in Accra. Overall, the whole country, throughout the whole country, we have also built 113,000 toilets in homes. This is to help us increase the delivery of sanitation. In effect, what I'm humbly asking for is that all these shortcutting that His Excellency has done will come on stream in the next 10 years.
I'm honored to talk to you about leaving no one behind. A society is judged by how it cares for those who have the least and struggle the most, and the compassion that its leadership shows in reducing social and economic inequalities. A nation's ability to develop sustainably also depends inter alia on its preparedness to safeguard the lives and future of children who have lost or are at the risk of losing parental care. Over the last 3 years, the NPP government has, thanks to a strong and a vibrant economy with an obviously solid president in charge, you have extended greater social protection for the vulnerable in the Ghanaian society, particularly the needy, elderly, excluded, and the physically and mentally challenged. These interventions are aimed at ensuring that as our society grows and prospers, no one is left behind. And we mean no one. Especially our dear petty traders, fishers, farmers, commercial drivers, loye, kayaye, okwafoe, kejara yeli loye, washi muku muku muku. Among measures taken to improve social protection is a significant improvement in the implementation of the Ghana School Feeding Program, which has been enhanced to reach more pupils with better quality meals. We have nearly doubled the number of beneficiary pupils under the Ghana School Feeding Program. The Akufo-Addo administration, in keeping with its commitment to improving the welfare of school children, has increased the feeding grant by 20%, so per child per school day. To help safeguard the upkeep and future of our children who have lost or are at risk of losing parental care, we have established the National Adoption Authority to coordinate family-based and institution-based care and to act as an advocate body in the protection and promotion of child rights and the rights of other marginalized groups. Another innovative social protection safeguard for our children is the introduction of the new National Child Protection Toolkit, which has been distributed in over 1,300 communities in Ghana to help officials and caregivers who work with children to serve their best interests and have the necessary tools at hand to do so. The welfare of the aged is of paramount importance. In the agenda of our government, in the agenda of this government, in that vein, the current government has over the last 3 years demonstrated unquestionable resolve to ensure a decent livelihood for the aged. Improvement in the implementation of LEAP is ample proof thereof. Beneficiaries under LEAP now receive support for income-generating activities as opposed to poultry handouts, which was previously the case. Ladies and gentlemen, when we took over from the NDC administration, public sector workers Tier 2 pension contributions had been withheld for a long time. Another issue compounding the plight of the aged in the already crumbling economy, aka Popo Blibli economy. The phenomenon took a toll on our pensions and affected many extended families who have pensioners as breadwinners. You can imagine what is happening in the homes of those people. When you voted for us to serve you, we vowed to make these outstanding payments. And as I speak, this government has released 3.1 billion cedis in public sector workers Tier 2 pension contributions. Clap for God. To alleviate the plight of the physically challenged, we are focused in our first term to empower them with income earning opportunities by providing them with funds and logistics to lead a more dignified life. This support includes an increase in the District Assembly's Common Fund allocation for persons with disabilities from 2% to 3%. The National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, NIP, another enviable flagship policy initiative of Akufo-Addo-led NPP government, has been providing an integrated national support for startups and small businesses, which include business development services, startup incubators, and funding for young businesses to enable them grow and become successful, with special focus on physically challenged beneficiaries. The National Council for Persons with Disabilities has also received staffing and equipment to enable them collaborate with the Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations in drafting equal employment policy to empower PLWD through employment. A disability should not mean poverty or confinement, no, because disability is not inability. I am happy to state that the NPP government is committed to providing the necessary tools to make all Ghanaians prosper, regardless of their limitations or abilities. To that end, government through ministries, departments, and agencies is putting in place the system and structures to ensure that no one is left behind. Indeed, we have a record. And to be proud of the record, we say in Ghana, Moniko Chopakpale, there is Achio. Washi moko moko, Yakufo-Addo shishi, washi moko. For more for nana, adodi, ofechon, nyetwa, no manya bla nyefe.
Our continuous engagement in educating and enforcing of the various protocols as the new normal.
Our core mandate is to ensure that everybody in Ghana, being young and old, is motivated to learn at least a skill or a profession. We are ensuring that
all the TVET institutions under the various ministries are brought under the Ministry of Education.
It's 14 years when I dropped out of school because I was pregnant. But along the line, I had the desire that I wanted to go back to school. And unfortunately, I got pregnant the third one. Yes. But after that, I decided I would go to school. So I left the man and I started my life. From there, I started selling to provide for myself and the children. And many people were advising me that I was brilliant, I should go back to school. So I took the bold step and I went to so-called Bogame MAGHS, Form 2. That was 2018. And in 2019, I wrote my BEC and I passed. I was admitted in Maoli School, which was last year. I want to thank the government. I know it's not only me that is going through this, and because of the free SHS, I've come back to school. There are a lot out there. To me, it is a good thing. It is a good thing, and I thank the government. I want to become a midwife.
My name is Dr. Yaosei Educhum. I'm the Deputy Minister for Education in charge of General Education and also a Member of Parliament for the good people of Bosomtwe. Today, I want to take you on an adventure with me. An adventure that takes a look at the bold vision of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President, and his Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. An adventure that began with the implementation of free senior high school, a campaign promise that was made by the President, a promise that has been delivered. I want you to join me as we look at TVET transformation. Through the leadership of the Minister for Education, TVET has been transformed. Technical, vocational education and training is no longer the preserve of students who don't do well in schools. A major agenda has been embarked upon. Skills assessment has been done so that we know the areas that we need to focus on. And then the transformation has begun. A 5-year TVET transformation agenda is being implemented. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana that you know is a Ghana that is different now because somebody dreamt and somebody did the hard work. In this country of ours, even in the 1960s, the vast majority of our students did not gain access to secondary schools because there were limited facilities. Then we came into the 2000s, and every year 100,000 students were sitting at home because they could not afford to pay the fees that were being charged by our institutions. Then comes a bold leader. A leader who says, I'm not going to leave any child behind. A leader who says, I will have to ensure that every child, irrespective of which part of the country you were born and you were growing up in, will have access to quality secondary education. So today, when we talk about the story of free senior high school, it's not just a campaign promise. The New Patriotic Party knows that. We know that education is the difference maker. Education is what transforms societies. Education is what takes a young man from a village and make him somebody so that they can sit in a hall like this. Education is what has brought all of us together here on this great day. And it is that kind of education that we want every child to have. It is that kind of commitment that was made to the good people of Ghana, and the president and the vice president and the entire party structure has rallied together, and we have delivered. But make no mistake about it. On December 7th, education is on the ballot. And not just any education, quality education is on the ballot. To the good people of Ghana, give me a minute and let me let you know at this point, the decision we make on December 7th has wide ramifications for the future of this country. When we vote for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, this nation will be forever transformed. Education is going to play its rightful role. No child will be left behind, and sometimes when we talk about no child being left behind, we forget that when we leave a child behind, we are leaving the country behind. So it's not just about leaving a child behind. When we don't tap all the talent of the people across the length and breadth of this country, and we only tap into the talent of the few who are privileged like myself, we are leaving the country behind. And that is not what we can afford to do. So December 7, when you go to the polls, you are going to the polls to vote for hope. You are going to the polls to vote for transformation. You are going to the polls to vote for a leader who is fiercely determined that the fortunes of this nation will forever be transformed. And that through education, a young man growing up in Bangkok in the Bosomtwe district will one day get an opportunity to go to secondary school, get an opportunity to go to the university, transform the fortunes of his life and that of his family, and then be able to look back and say, because of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, my life has changed. That is a nation that we want to rally every one of you to join us and vote for and ensure that this nation will forever be transformed. We must understand that a generation empowered will empower this nation forever. Mr. President, we are grateful for your leadership. Mr. Vice President, we are grateful for your leadership. And it is my hope that the good people of Ghana will vote for hope and not despair. Thank you. Thank you. God bless MPP and God bless Ghana.
Hello. Joe Anochi speaks on Digital Ghana.
NPP is building the foundation for a digital Ghana, something that can meet the demands of the new normal.
We've been very busy trying to formalize our economy through technology, and that has been the key focus of the government of the NPP. We've been building the foundations of our digital economy and taking deliberate steps in that respect, starting with mobile money interoperability to build a digital financial system. And so we've put 15 million bank accounts in 15 million pockets, since all these mobile money wallets are linked to bank accounts, and has made it possible for people to transact businesses from around the country seamlessly using technology. In the next 4 years, we're going to be doing a lot more of what we've already been doing, and we want to transform the COVID from a crisis to an opportunity using technology and build Ghana's digital shield, leveraging on our existing assets within government, fiber, LTE, and all the various digital platforms that we already have in existence. We feel that we've built the robust foundation, and so we can leverage applications and services on that foundation going forward.
Yefremi Joe Anochi. I'm the Director General of the National Communications Authority, the NCA. I'll be sharing with you some snippets of the many innovative digital services rolled out by this government as part of the Digital Ghana agenda whose purpose is to enable Ghanaians work and live more conveniently while producing much more in much less time and cost. It is often said technology drives innovation, and innovation drives growth and market share for businesses. For the people, that translates into better ways of getting things done, such as locating people, sending deliveries across town, making payments to bulk yam seller at Yeji from the comfort of your home, or sharing photographs of your newborn baby with grandma and grandpa. If you fail to innovate, you will be left behind. Fortunately for us as a nation, our president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has a clear understanding of what needed to be done from day one. He believed that the future of Ghana lay in bringing innovative, sustainable, progressive technologies that will make state institutions, businesses, households, and individuals work effectively, efficiently, and deliver better and make our economy grow. This is why we have been able to deliver many innovations and services. The following are examples. We have introduced the new national ID card, the Ghana card. This will help with the precise identification of individuals, families, and communities, and using related data, direct social protection programs better to those that need it most. A case in point, in the just ended voters registration exercise, the Electoral Commission reported that a little over 60% of all registrations were made by means of the Ghana card. In fact, as at today, the National Identification Authority has issued over 13 million Ghana cards to Ghanaians and to foreign residents. We have done in 3.5 years what John Mahama failed to do in 8 years. We have introduced the mobile money payments interoperability system. This allows the seamless movement of cash across bank accounts, mobile wallets on different networks, and the easy cards, thereby promoting cashless digital economy. That means you do not need to carry cash when you visit the market or go to the salon or the barber or plumber. By means of the Universal Access Fund, we have extended voice and broadband data to more than 500 underserved and unserved communities throughout the country, from Abenaso in the eastern region to Turumpan in the western region, from Volo in the Volta region to Jedam in Ashanti region, from Yabaga in the northern region to PC in the upper west region. They are now have voice and broadband data connectivity. Now take note, in 8 long years, the NDC only extended voice and broadband data to 78 underserved and unserved communities throughout the country. This administration has done 500 in 3.5 years. For the first time in the history of Ghana, applicants for travel documents can obtain passports within a matter of days through a hassle-free online process. The same is true for driver's licenses and vehicle registration. The application process has been technologically streamlined. You can obtain one in less than an hour. Like any other country, the pandemic has hit Ghana and our economy hard. And to provide much-needed relief and to enable more people, businesses, and households to facilitate communication in this time of COVID and to utilize technology to operate remotely, the government has announced a reduction of CST from 9% to 5%. Expect the cost of data to be reduced soon. And we are even more committed to do even more. We will increase broadband coverage throughout the country with emphasis in 2016 underserved and unserved communities through the universal access, telephony, and digital inclusion. We will implement inclusive innovations, yes, inclusive innovations, to make sure that the visually impaired are not left out of the ongoing digital revolution. We will leave no one behind. In conclusion, fellow Ghanaians, President Akufo-Addo and his team have a vision, a mission, a plan to use technology to make life better for you and for me and for all Ghanaians, no matter your station in life, no matter your village address or location in the country, no matter your age and gender. But especially if you are underprivileged, President Akufo-Addo and his team are using technology to lift you up, to leapfrog and to close the digital gap and make you productive and improve your quality of life. What he says he will do, he does. For more for Nana, to do more for you and me. Thank you.
Dr. Mohammed Amin Anta speaks on powering Ghana, no Dumso.
A reliable power is a foundation of industrialization and building a sustainable economy. The NPP seeks to power Ghana, no more Dumso.
Today, power stability is rest assured industries can get power. But what is more significant of that, the fact that today we are even enjoying a tariff at a competitive rate, which is about 30%, lower than what we were enjoying in 2016. So despite the improvement in the system reliability, availability is rest assured.
We inherited a situation where a lot of our youth were without jobs in the industry. Thankfully, it was a major campaign promise of the government of the NPP that there must be an accelerated oil and gas capacity to ensure that the majority of our youth who are interested in working in the upstream oil and gas sector are trained. And today I'm able to say that it is part of the record of His Excellency President Akufo-Addo regarding job creation in the upstream sector.
In Yulumbonde, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, Maninya MPP parliamentary candidate for Karaga. Yimuna ninte twasi ya twaza nchang te bom na lumbom na te pambapolo. Nzompo Ghana zaha. 1 year into his term, President Akufo-Addo had outlined his vision for Ghana beyond aid, a self-reliant, proud black star of Africa. To realize this vision, the energy sector was critical, but was in bad shape. What came to be known as Dumso, a major feature of the Mahama era, inflicted significant pain on all Ghanaians, such as destruction to equipment, avoidable deaths in our hospitals, shutting down of industries like the Tema Chemical Limited and the Blue Skies Products Limited, among others. According to ISA, University of Ghana, Dumso cost the nation $680 million in 2014, about 2% of GDP at the time. Fellow Ghanaians, let me remind you about those days when our medical doctors performed surgery with torchlights because of several unplanned outages. How welders, cold stores, and hairdressing salons could barely operate and earn income to feed their families. Remember also the discomfort of having to sleep and work without your fan, sweating in your rooms and offices uncontrollably. Do not forget so soon. That was why President Akufo-Addo and the MPP government made it our most urgent priority to eliminate Dumso, and we have done just that. Today, there is no more Dumso, and under President Akufo-Addo, we will never experience Dumso in our country. You will recall that under the NDC government, many industries became uncompetitive and some relocated to neighboring countries due to high cost of electricity. In fact, Ghana's electricity tariffs were about the highest in the sub-region. Under President Akufo-Addo, cost of electricity has declined. The NPP government is the first in the history of Ghana to reduce tariffs by 11% on a net basis, against an increase in tariffs of 265% under the NDC government. Our president has again demonstrated unparalleled dedication to protecting the welfare of Ghanaians during this painful COVID-19 period, and has provided yet another relief package of free electricity to all lifeline customers and 50% reduction to all others. Fellow Ghanaians, as you continue to enjoy the electricity relief, remember that it takes a caring leader to show empathy to his fellow citizens in times of crisis, notwithstanding the cost. This could not have been possible under the John Mahama economy. The energy sector faced unprecedented financial crisis under the NDC government, which could not even support procurement of fuel to operate the power plants. President Akufo-Addo has not only found the means to secure fuel supplies over the last 3.5 years, but has also cleared all government debts owed to ECG. We have fully redeemed over $1 billion of debts accrued by John Mahama and the previous NDC government from the bulk oil distribution companies. To sustain cash flow in the energy sector and avoid further accumulation of debts, we are currently implementing the cash waterfall system. We have also provided relevant national infrastructure for the energy sector, including the gas reverse flow project, which now allows us to flow up to 120 million scf of gas per day from Takoradi to Tema, thereby reducing our reliance on Nigeria gas. Ladies and gentlemen, more is being done today. For example, the National Hybrid Power System, which is ongoing at Bui, and the Palugu Integrated Project in the north, will together increase solar power penetration by 100 megawatts. And more will be done to move Ghana closer to our national renewable energy target in the generation mix. Fellow Ghanaians, when you give us a second term to serve you, we will, inshallah, provide more critical infrastructure for the energy industry, reduce distribution losses, improve reliability in power supply, and increase power and natural gas exports to the sub-region. We will enforce competitive procurement of power projects and minimize excess capacity charges through ongoing negotiations. We will continue to pursue our plan to develop Ghana into a regional petroleum hub in the Western region. A bill for the establishment of the Petroleum Hub Corporation is currently under parliamentary consideration. We will even more pursue relevant reforms in the upstream sector and provide incentives for the revival of exploration activities after the COVID-19 pandemic. My fellow Ghanaians, we are on course to building an energy economy, which we are promising you, for the rapid industrialization and transformation of our country. Your vote for President Akufo-Addo and the NPP means a vote for the efficient management of the energy sector. Your vote for President Akufo-Addo means banishing Dumso forever and ever in our country. I thank you so much. Kukrudu, the Damia, Ziga, Ziga, Ziga. May God bless all of us.
The Honorable Abna Osei Asari speaks on the economy, sound, stable, and strong.
A robust financial system, macroprudency, is driving a sound, stable, and strong economy.
So within the period of 3 years, we had essentially stabilized the economy, through fiscal consolidation and macro prudency. In other words, we had moved growth to an average of 7% over that period. We had reduced inflation from 15.4 to single digits, over 7.9. We also had a positive primary balance. We had about $2 billion of trade surplus. And we had, as I mentioned, also exited the IMF programs. But also in that period, we realized the fragility of the financial system that we had, and we completely restructured it so that today we have a much stronger and more robust financial system.
Assalamu alaikum, Daswa Jama Mporo Sokam. Since 2017, at Maslock, we have brought so many changes in the sense that, going by our manifesto, we're supposed to restructure Maslock and then to make sure that 50% of our funds are given to women. As I speak right now, we have exceeded the target which was stated in our manifesto.
Madam Wase, your friend Abna Osei Asare, me a member of Parliament for Etiwa East and Deputy Minister for Finance. And then me chair or manimu sikasem hun tutuye kakra. On the 7th of January 2017, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo made a firm promise to recover the momentum of our economy in his inaugural speech. This was at a time that our economy had lost steam and Ghana was running out of hope. The president promised that he will not allow this economy to collapse under his watch. We came to serve Ghanaians with a big vision, to see at least one factory in each district of our beloved country, that every Ghanaian child, at the minimum, should have senior high school education, that the wealth of this country is equitably distributed, with each constituency getting at least $1 million for poverty eradication, among others. Such a huge vision for the country goes beyond economics. But the president knew that unless we got the economy right, we could not get Ghanaians to share that vision. Within 3 years, the MPP has not only shared the vision, we have also shown the character and tenacity that is required to achieve it. The finance minister has already given us some of the macroeconomic indicators in the video that we just saw. Clearly, all sectors of the Ghanaian economy have benefited from the 16 policy initiatives put in place by this government, leading to manifest results. Our banking industry, for instance, was on the verge of collapse. We have fixed it. We have saved 40 million Ghanaians from losing their investment. Some, even with the aid of hindsight, have suggested what only they could describe as a common sense approach, that we should have given money to the banks to make their shareholders happy. What the Bible describes as putting new wine in old wineskins. Well, Mr. Mahama, you did exactly that over and over again. And what was the result? We were concerned with saving the whole industry rather than pleasing the same people who supervise the near collapse of the industry. Today, the banking sector has remained sound, solvent, and resilient despite the adverse impacts of COVID-19. And this is due to the bold move by the government to clean up the sector. We have created an atmosphere that has renewed the confidence of the private sector in the economy. We have set this country once again on the right path, and the results are being seen all over. Manufacturing has been revamped, sustainable jobs have been created, the ailing mines have been revived, the railway sector has seen the biggest investment since independence. Agriculture is back to where it belongs, feeding Ghana and creating better opportunities. The health sector is really healthy. And then, my favorite of all, free SHS. I know that a comment or two have been made about it, but Mr. President, we just can't say it's enough. 3 years on, 1.2 million students. 3 years on, 1.2 million Ghanaian children. 1.2 million future leaders have been secured with free SHS. Nana, money yo. Recently, I heard Mr. Mahama advise that we should stop talking about social investments and discuss real investments. Well, free SHS is the smart economic investment, and we need 4 more years to do more. Under the tenure of Mr. Mahama, the dignity and self-respect of our youth had been so undermined by incompetent leadership that some graduates formed the Unemployed Graduates Association. Through the Nation Builders Corps, NAPCO, we have created the opportunity for 100,000 graduates to prepare them now for the future, to make them resourceful, to create value for themselves and wealth for Ghana. In effect, every sector of the economy has seen so much improvement. Though we are battling a pandemic which has affected government revenues, we will continue to execute policies that will catalyze economic activities and spur growth. We have given lots of tax support in tax relief to health workers, free water and electricity, and other stimulus packages that has benefited all citizens, including businesses. We want to make the future even better, and that is why we announced the Ghana Cares Program, Oba Atampa, which would invest 100 billion Ghana cedis strategically within 3 years to make Ghana a wealthier nation, a nation with a confidence to dream, think, innovate, and take on the world. Mr. President, our fundamentals are stronger, firmer, resilient, and better. We have demonstrated that in good and bad times, the NPP has the best policies and character to keep our economy stable and growing. We have demonstrated that we care about Ghanaians and their well-being. We have demonstrated that with focused and firm leadership, clear thinking, patriotism, and the grace of God, Ghana can be a continental and a global economic star. We have picked up the Ghanaian economy. Let's work together for round 2. 4 more years for Nana. God bless MPP. God bless Ghana.
Let's give it up again for all the speakers. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we take a musical interlude and then we'll be back with another 5 sets of individuals who are going to speak on sectors. It is an exciting day for the New Patriotic Party today.
All right, Anunti Sabre, you're free Cape Coast Asaba, MPP manifesto launch, home ejumadi ni edema election headquarters Wadom TV. Now, so far, Peninfo Akasa, Jerry Ahmed Shaibu, Coastal Development Authority, Penny, Wabekasa, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum. As a Jerry Ahmed Shaibu, Nisamokan, or say they are leaving nobody behind. Ewo and share and Peninfo Ayenum Afe Oshe. Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, Deputy Education Minister, also dia ode ebaye no, or say we are teaching our children the new normal, and then new mahodwa and pedifo de gwa kwamfa ngomesuan bobo biswa. Afei Dr. Joe Anoche, NCA, or say digital Ghana, ampa investment ahodwa aban aye ewo the digital world num any communications mu nso ono nso abebrobro so ansana Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam ono nso ba ya obechirim say pouring Ghana or sit no doom so de ya eliminating no crowd to the background pair arrangement aban no aye no nti a vote for Nado chere say na say what banish that's the word doom so crowd edi efio memu na Abena Osei Asare the last speaker okasa ya ansana ye bemu no deputy finance minister say economy no sound stable and strong na wochire mu say ya na bi mu bisa say na den na sika ye de ema yera Muhammad ma banks no ma no banks na ntimi anyina na so den na sika e di gu banks na yan sam pesika ni bi enhye banks no wo chire mu se enipa kakra bi na sika na de so mo nsem no maye na basa enti se be na nipa 40 million enlusu o investment enti na ban no restrategize ya ne mo di gu akwa mu no aboa esi ye be kwa kotwe ho a quick one per speeches abaye say another set of 5 people beba ababa brubru mu
quick one is wo hwe ne won ababa kan sesia no a enika ehia se ye be gibre na ye pese ni ye unsampa we wo mkan no ma ye we wo mkan no wo ma ye de na so wo mantumi anye ma nso ani we de no kure ni wo ma no fom ye wo nye ye.
All right enti ye baba yenye enkramra sesia ye ba de aka no beto aso.
Have you got the wave or the bars?
100K in my pocket, my team for ball to my pocket. When I'm down for you worries,
Are you smooth or you can just jam?
Take a picture, take a post, magazine, take a picture. Say cheese, take a picture.
Whatever your style, now is the chance.
Coming over, in me rover, then they look at me.
Join the MTN Hitmaker Season 9 and stand the chance of winning a whopping 120,000 Ghana cedis recording contract. To participate, simply download the MTN Pulse app from the App Store or Google Play Store. Follow the setup instructions to access the home page. Click on the Hitmaker registration tab and upload your demos. Registration deadline is August 28, 2020. MTN Hitmaker Season 9. Unlock your flow. We day for you everywhere you go.
Ada for me di Edemami Grace. Kwesi ada no pebia me de ensem ai free nyankopɔ esiesie fie na de asomdwe e de be fie e betoa wo fie 6 o'clock kwesi ada no pebia ra me pese wo hwe time with Mami Grace ekɔ ena ye di niama atuto si e wo yabra bom atutu yie ye ka management ho asem ye ka ware ho asem ye ka nkwala ho asem ye ka hinie ni ho asem ye siesie wakoma ansa na wasimu se wo kɔ asɔre ani nyankopɔn akwakosom me to nsa e de afrew se wo wo fia wo siesie wo ho kwesi ada no pa akwa asɔre no na wo hwɛ time with Mami Grace e wo TV no so 6 o'clock kwesi ada na pa bia na ye de asempa no atoa o Mr. so benya mre na wahwe esanse wo beye nhira na beye emmoa bebre e de amawo enkai boy every Global Eagle Revival Outreach Ministries
Show the world how good we are with our essays. Joy Learning Essay Club on Facebook offers junior high and senior high students an excellent opportunity to show the world how well they can write. In 300 words, write on the topic for the month. How COVID-19 has affected my life positively or negatively. Your essay must have your name, your age, a contact number, and your school. Send us a direct message of your essay to Facebook at Joy Learning TV. Yes, on our Facebook page. Win branded souvenirs, then become an ambassador for Joy Learning. Remember, the deadline is Monday, 24th August 2020. Essay Club is brought to you by Joy Learning. Joy Learning. Keep learning.
ewo bra emu aye dini mode mo nkwa ato nsaniani amaye nyame onhyira mo
ye ni so e ma mo amone nam ya fiefi ani empatemu na mo hwehwe omo a mo yare na makọ mo ye damase
yenim se mo mu bi wo ho a covid-19 yi enya mo sunsunsanso bone pa na aso ni nyina achi no mo mpaba muguso agina ya nam a mo hwe omanfo ye damase dodo
ye damase
ye damase
ni betimi aka na se ye damase more fire.
Have you got the wave or the bar? Bars.
100K in my pocket, my team for boss in my pocket. When you're madam for you.
Are you smooth or you can just jam? Whatever your style, now is the chance.
Coming over, in me rover, then they look at me.
Join the MTN Hitmaker Season 9 and stand the chance of winning a whopping 120,000 Ghana cedis recording contract. Participate. Simply download the MTN Pulse app from the App Store or Google Play Store. Follow the setup instructions to access the home page. Click on the Hitmaker registration tab and upload your demos. Registration deadline is August 28th, 2020. MTN Hitmaker Season 9. Unlock your flow. We day for you everywhere you go.
Alright, asaba biem NPP manifesto launch. Ehon dwumadie ne yedebrewo election headquarters Adom TV. Kokromoti power. We have just about 29 minutes inside 12. Ewo FDA so yeguso etwen say another set of penifo eba bekasa and san bia finally the vice president and the president akasa na wono launch manifesto no den na wo manifesto no ni nyina e behwe wo say service of leadership na afei so no protecting ye gains wono enya na wo de a transform Ghana ama obibia said de etie no esi mayenhwe so far nyoma maboboso with the first 5 speeches na aba no ye nyoma aban no aye se obu akonta na wagina akonta no so e de ahyebo akontabuo no mu no bibia akọ said de wo se ko
mejiri se niawo abresu bebree fakasia se nyini nyina mpo a fakasia ewo 2016 manifesto no na kese enye se womo ekofa nia na eni manifesto no ni obi gina simpie so kan keke campaign promise stage talk most of them indeed na captured in the 2016 manifesto. Etino say ye clear no we are
enti mayenhwe wofa ye 2016 manifesto na economy side ho issues no ma address ni bi ho aye o say we will formalize the economy through the establishment of a national database using the National Identification System as the primary identifier, reduce the corporate tax rate from 25% to 20%. Another than China, and the economy now, we will manage the economy competently and make the machinery of government work to deliver the benefits of progress to Ghanaians. I think there's another one here. We will restore macroeconomic stability and shift focus of economic management from taxation to production. And we will abolish the 17.5% VAT on imported medicines not produced in Ghana. We will undertake financial sector reform to deepen financial markets, promote financial inclusion, including deepening our electronic payment system. When we few of new mama promising in 2016, per the Abnasa Rebecca Yene the prelude, finance minister Yura Kenufrata Yeno, ofo set sa nyama we no matimi edi hu dwuma said.
Apart from VAT abolition, a year one off, and by one statement, finance minister and as a president, Bitmark as a free neko ya abolish it. And no 17%. Niabu was in as a means to Ramaka be processes. Digitalization of the economy. Ultimate fact dakro enye. One pillar, a Ghana card, and as a national identification work. We are Ubi onye Ghana ni otigana ha na yede card amano Nicola Edanso. Ubi onye Ghana ni otigana ha na yede card amano Nicola Anso Danso.
Pejo anoche 30 million Ghana cards issued so far.
That is where the problem is. One, in fairness to the promise, no, a process. Enti we should expect to say, enti mean one day to say ye issue policy and as a ye issue statement to say ya abolish VAT. No, name on the argument in say if over.
Even for the abolishment of VAT, it should go through a process.
It should go through a process.
Parliament.
It is true. Once you go through those processes, it is just the announcement. Then from there, implementation.
Okay.
Ghana card process is more cumbersome, and you have your equipment. You are moving from region to region, from district to district, from a collection of districts to other collection of districts.
And when you COVID, boom.
The argument is if you had 48 months within which to do the whole thing. Now, if I was spending about 45 months, 44 months. Now, baby, I would do a 13 million. And what me I register out of a targeted ABR 27 million. Obi say, is that enough? Okay. My honest opinion say, COVID or no COVID, process no a delay. A yam passe could force a chica crabby when no baby. A yam passe Atamils Ebetuaso and Siaga. A yam passe Dramani Mahama Betuaso and Siaga. I'm learning from the experiences. And giving
but this one is a whole new process because those ones now come here say you're watching baby.
So you enti womosu ehum ne ye omohwe ase baby a yetro ne ade nyina no. Embapem sabre na.
All right, esi som said ye di tempum na de ekoso de pese de mama mfo nti the national organizer of the MPP Same Euku enane wafrejina paso yenko tie de Same kan.
The ECOWAS region. We have items including maize to the rest of the ECOWAS region. We have also successfully revived 3 dormant factories which had seemed dead to many people. But thanks to the visionary Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his government, they are in operation now. These include Dako Farms in Kumasi, Aglo Farms here in Cape Coast, and Asamoah and Yamwa Farms also in Kumasi.
to encourage local poultry and meat processing. Nana Yamauma Piafo. Additionally, we have also secured $37 million from the African Development Bank for the development of commercial poultry farms in the Savannah and northern regions to help provide both jobs and food for the Ghanaian people. Building our nation's self-sufficiency in food production has never been more important, given these challenging times. The coronavirus pandemic has led to many countries experiencing dramatic food shortages and exposing the dangers of relying heavily on the importation of food and goods from abroad. Here in Ghana, we are blessed with bounty, a sign of God's divine favor on the Nana Akufo-Addo government and its people. This global crisis presents us a unique national opportunity to beef up our ability to do for ourselves and reduce our dependency on import, supporting local production and in the process provide jobs for our people in times of international uncertainty. We know that people are hurting across this country, worrying about their next paycheck, whether or not they will get a job after they finish school, or if they will have to support their family members who have lost income during this pandemic, just like my good friends Michael Techi and Kopon. For people like Techi, Kopon, and many others, we in the NPP are here today to tell you that we have done this before. This government had once before brought us out of a crisis, and we can do it again. And we'll be using the same tools, providing for our people to help them to provide for themselves. God willing, in the next 4 years, we will accelerate our efforts in modernizing agriculture, the entire value chain, support farmers through increased supply of inputs, increased disease control, enhanced involvement of farm extension officers to work with farmers and breeders. We will enhance small ruminant production with supply of improved breed of sheep and goats, continue the successful implementation of the greenhouse village concept with special focus on the youth, and give even more farmers access to finance through subscription to the Ghana incentive-based risk-sharing scheme for agricultural landing program, to finance and de-risk private sector investment in farming and other agriculture value chain activities. Ladies and gentlemen, our farmers feed this country, and we are committed to supporting them. By the end of our next term, with your support and vote, we will see a greater self-reliance in this country, where we produce and eat locally and take pride nationally in having made the most of what God gave us. When our farmers grow, Ghana grows. When we plant seeds, we reap jobs, and the entire country flourishes in the process. Ghana, it is with these and many others that we once again come to you and respectfully ask for another 4 more years for the courageous Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to do more for us. Yeda Moase, Nyamin Shamo.
At the heart of the NPP's quest to ensure value additions to raw materials as part of building the foundation for an industrialized economy, ensuring food sufficiency is at the core of the success in the various initiatives in boosting agriculture.
We've been able to provide enough food to feed the country. And statistics can show that when you look at our in terms of maize and rice production and soya bean, we have done a lot. Within 2 years, we have done a lot. We have enough food in the country. We have not imported any maize from outside the country since 2018, and this should tell you that the Akufo-Addo government is on course and want to do everything to ensure that we are able to get enough food to feed our people. Nobody will go to bed hungry or with empty stomach.
Abẹ́rẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn dẹ̀ sọ́tọ̀ premise na gutu ya mama promise àfihàn ìfàsọ́sọ́ ọwọ́ ẹ̀kí no wọ́n kyẹ́ na committee fún náà wọ́n yí wọn no wọ́n kyẹ́ 47% na wọ́n ní mu 53% wọ́n fọ́ bọ́ community ayé abọ́d moto fẹ́ yí biara hìá abọ́d moto fẹ́ yí biara hìá premise nàmi náà dùnmọ́ la àdánù yẹn sẹ́ àká abọ́d moto 1.3 yà the whole coastal line mo bi ansa kan dey abon moto oko market ay 195 but aban adima 100 million nti ho aban ebo na bado ho ada aban wa ya obi sida aban bia amba ye ho de bi da landing site aban bia be ka che landing site ye landing site na na do wo che yan afafo Yusuf Lai wa bo fo papa abam kro moria ya landing site ho oko mafo da wa ye landing site ho oko se ya wa ye landing site ho Chicha we do a disc of Adzim. And then abana ya abana adwun fafo ye wo papa.
That was the brief on feeding the nation. Efia Asabia Asari speaks on producing for ourselves and for export.
Producing for ourselves and for export is at the heart of the NPP's quest to ensure value addition to raw materials as part of building the foundation for an industrialized economy. New and upgraded transportation networks is the pivot to this industrial transformation.
But since 2017, a new agenda has been ushered in by His Excellency the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The NPP government has, over the past few years, laid the foundations of an industrialized economy where we will add value to our resources and ensure that our economy is driven by indigenous production of goods and services for our own consumption and for export. If you look at what has been done so far, you can fairly come to the conclusion that if we give 4 more to Nana, and we continue on this progression, I will assure you that more will be done. In fact, more has been done in these 4 years than has ever been done in any 4 years in this country. Now, the interesting thing about this is that railway is not an end to itself. It's merely a means to an end. It's an economic lever. It is railway will transform this nation.
What frame me? Efua Esabia Esare Mifitutu Equiapem. When we took over the running of the country, we were handed an economy on the brink of collapse and empty coffers. This is a fact. Irrespective of how many projects Mr. Mahama started, he failed so badly that he left so many empty shells and half-built buildings dotted around the country, a testament to his failure and mess that he caused. And that's the entire story of his presidency. Now, he's asking for our votes based on projects completed by the NPP government 3.5 years after the end of his term. This government is committed to ensuring that the industrialization agenda set by the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is achieved in order to move the economy from a raw material exporter to a value addition one. We have achieved this under the Ministry of Trade and Industry, its agencies and allied agencies. Among the laudable interventions, we have first looked closely at working with the private sector by instituting the public-private dialogue, a process for consultations between government and the private sector, which set the stage for the formulation of various policies, including the National Export Development Strategy, to serve as a comprehensive project-based export diversification action plan, which is also focusing on services exports, an important and emerging trend in global trade. VW has already rolled out its first batch of vehicles a couple of weeks ago due to the development of the Ghana's new automotive development policy, amongst others. We've created a more supportive investment climate, especially in the aviation industry, which has led to more private investments in that sector, with the example of Passion Air. The African Continental Free Trade Area is headquartered in Ghana, making Accra the commercial hub of Africa. We will seize this opportunity to continue to boost our non-traditional export growth from the disgraceful and abysmal performance of the NDC administration, averaging just 0.58% year-on-year between 2014 and 2017, but witnessed a significant growth of 10.05% by 2018 and 3.9%, yes, on 10.5% in 2019. On trade promotion, our trade promotion agency is rated #1 in the best use of information technology among the World Trade Promotion organizations, making our market hub the best tool of interaction for global trade. We have reduced the cost of doing business in Ghana and abolished several taxes. The introduction and implementation of the business climate climate reforms is set to further improve business climate. We have supported SMEs by establishing 216 Maslok district offices across the country. We've started the refurbishment of craft villages nationwide to hold international fairs. A brewery is almost done. Abompe, a town known for bauxite beads and buttons making for the fashion industry, has seen its processes now mechanized. The NAPE Greenhouse Estate Project, a process of modernizing agriculture and making it exit to the youth and the graduates. It has the biggest greenhouse estates in Africa, with 75 greenhouses already installed and in use in Darwin. The Northern Development Authority has established agro-processing factories across the country through private sector intervention. We have provided disease-free vegetable seedlings, coconut and pineapple suckers to outgrowers to feed industry. Ekunfi fruit juice, which was launched just yesterday, where we planted the pineapples to coincide with the completion of the factory, unlike the NDC that commissioned the Commander Sugar Factory without knowing where the raw material is going to come from. Under the Ghana Exim Bank, 74 factories under 1D1F were set up from scratch, and 10 distressed indigenous industries were saved from near collapse. National Board for Small and Medium Scale Enterprises is providing low-cost funding to support businesses that are suffering under the COVID-19. And this is being supported by the business advisory centers cited in 110 district capitals to support this initiative, among others. We have tasted the sweetness of NPP through good governance. These are all clear indications of what to expect once you give us the mandate again. We will support made in Ghana products through the use of raw materials, establish stable and affordable power for industrial development. We will still continue to promote the manufacturing of digital devices locally. We will build more industrial parks, process more cocoa and shea butter locally, complete the process of establishing a fertilizer producing plant, bauxite refinery, and create an iron and steel industry. It is a new experience, a crystal clear writing on the wall, showing where we are taking this country to, and it is confusing to Yanum. Ebri omo eniso, omo hu bida, mincho ake, amen nakoikuda. Every complex problem that they fail to fix, we have fixed. We are the party that gets things done. There is nothing that motivates the president, me, or my compatriots more than hearing critics say that something is impossible. We get pumped up to make it possible. Enyanum, wosenya off-road diapano, ono na wo piano. Yen mampenyi wa off-road diapa, na muma yen piano. Kukrudu, kukrudu. Woso, kick him, kick him, kick him.
Efo Perry Curtis Kobla Okujeto speaks on people development.
People's development is at the center of the MPP's transformational agenda. These include policies that target the development of the youth.
The MPP led by Nana Addo promised the people of Ghana jobs. And indeed, we have delivered. In total, as of the end of 2019, some 3.5 million jobs have been created in Ghana, some being formal and some informal.
The MPP, as a party in power, has been very intentional in rolling out youth-centered policies. These policies are transformational, economic boosting, and well integrated into an overall strategy of national development. To mention a few, we have NAPCO, NEIP, Planting for Food and Jobs, One District, One Factory, and the all too famous Free SHS. One of the best policies that any government in Ghana has ever had to roll out. And in a couple of years, we'll see the impact that education has had on our development.
The issue of infrastructure has been the bane to our sports development. As we speak, not only are we providing sports stadia, but state-of-the-art equipment, facilities in all these regions.
Duklola nutafa wala nyankwanya kobla okujeto macho atoko. Today I'll speak on people development. I'd like to tell you a story about a young woman, 18 years of age, a first-time voter in the upcoming elections. Her name is Jigbodi. In 2003, during the Kufuor administration, she was one of the first Ghanaian children to reap the benefits of quality, affordable health care under the NHIS. Life was getting better. Her mother's salary as a teacher went up, and she rode the Metro Mass Transit to school free of charge each day. And Ghana was on a good track until 2009. That is when the NDC won the elections and everything changed for the worse. The economy began to unravel. Teacher salaries were in arrears for nearly a year. Prices and inflation skyrocketed. Interest rates were out of control, and the family was struggling. Out of desperation, the family fell victim to a microfinance scheme and lost their savings. The NDC government would not and could not protect families like Jigbodis and other Ghanaians. The heroine of our story is now a young lady. Her family has been thrown into a terrible, desperate financial spin, and her parents could not afford to send her to senior high school. It seemed like she did not have much of a future, and she was desperate. Do defunto Then the lights literally came on again. In 2016, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the NPP won the elections. We turned around the economy. Her father, a farmer, received support from the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative, and Dumso was over. Jigbodi became one of the first Ghanaians to enjoy free SHS. Her brother, Kekeli, enrolled on the new NAPCO graduate program. Their future is bright and promising, as is the future of our beloved country. Since 2017, several job creation initiatives have been undertaken by the MPP, creating millions of jobs both in the public and the private sectors. Through the introduction of programs such as the Planting for Food and Jobs, the Nation Builders Corps, the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, the President's Business Support Program, the Greenhouse Villages Initiative, One District, One Factory, Students Entrepreneurship Initiative, the President's Empowerment for Entrepreneurs with Disability, the Campus Business Pitch, the National Job Recruitment Agency aimed at matching Ghanaian youth towards job openings. In all of these, we have provided a stimulus package to help businesses, big and small, survive the COVID-19 pandemic, to protect our people, their jobs, and our businesses. In the next 4 years, we will continue improving the livelihoods of all Ghanaians, including the introduction of the Jobs and Skills Project, a 200 million fund under which the youth will provide apprenticeship, entrepreneurship, skills development grants for their projects. We will also establish entrepreneurial hubs for small businesses and introduce the National Rental Assistance Scheme to provide low-interest loans to eligible Ghanaian youth for rent payment. This is why Jigbodi, today a first-time voter, says with absolute conviction that she will be voting for the NPP. She will be voting for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo come December. She will vote NPP because we turned around the economy on the brink of collapse, which we inherited from John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. We have improved the lives of Ghanaians, we have protected the lives of Ghanaians, and we have cared for their livelihoods. Respectfully, I appeal to the good people of Ghana to vote for the NPP, vote Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to continue to protect the gains and to do more for you. Novinho, le miapo ngoyi made, miapo wo nandu wo zama, akpenami, maona irame.
Dr. Oko Blikan, boy, speaks on a healthier Ghana.
To ensure providing nationwide health coverage, access to health care is a right and not a privilege.
We've managed to restore the necessary news allowances. We have paid and we still continue to pay, and we continue to do so if we granted another 4 years, which I'm sure is going to come our way. Apart from that, we've actually taken care of medical officers who are going to train to become specialists. We've given them some support in terms of scholarships. We have managed to complete almost all projects in health that were left behind, not completed by the previous administration. We have also started working very religiously to also add on to the health infrastructure that we have in our country.
School health is a very, very important aspect because children is our future. In this period, we've been able to, apart from the free SHS, we've been able to map all secondary schools to health facilities and placing health workers in schools to provide the appropriate care. We want to continue working towards universal health coverage, where access to health care will be available to all.
Unupai inyeme achomi okoboy miji member of parliament ke han teshi lejokuku mi no teshi doctor deputy minister of health inke MPP sani papa ni ko gbomochohi wale ni here ya ishiba mi makani ebrofo mi. The world was stopped in its tracks by a novel virus, and great and prosperous nations were thrown into disarray. Before the novel coronavirus pandemic broke, we had started an ambitious undertaking of fortifying our healthcare system and providing for our healthcare workers, who, like many others, had been neglected under the previous administration. For the first time in our fourth Republican dispensation, all doctors in specialist training at the Ghana College have had their tuition fees absorbed by this government. We have restored the allowances for nurse trainees, revived an ailing national ambulance service, and resuscitated an NHI that had been admitted to the ICU. The sick La General Hospital structure is about to be refurbished and expanded into an ultramodern 160-bed facility. The 44-year-old maternity and children's block at the Confanoche Teaching Hospital, a facility that had been abandoned for 44 years, more than my age, has today been awakened by the life-injecting Akufo-Addo touch and is today receiving the attention that will transform it into a 750-bed facility in 36 months. Time wouldn't allow me to go into my own mother's project, the Rebecca Akufo-Addo Pediatric Intensive Care Unit at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. Incontrovertibly, it has taken the strong Akufo-Addo tailored economy to wake up structures that have been asleep. Wipe out long queues that have choked our NHI offices, all the investors of just NHI card. This is the power of digital infrastructure. Having the capability to clear with the texting of a code, a problem that the Mahama NDC couldn't clear in 8 good years, just with the texting of a code. We have done well as a people against the novel coronavirus, albeit ought to be cautious and wear a mask. Thanks to the razor-sharp Akufo-Addo leadership, a revamped, resilient economy, comprehensive, coordinated response plan, and a willing and motivated cadre of health personnel. The pre-COVID testament for the health sector had at its core the subject of jobs. Indeed, the theme for the 2016 manifesto was change, an agenda for jobs. And it came to pass that 90,696 health personnel were recruited in the first term of the Akufo-Addo government. Never in the history of this country have so many people been offered so much opportunity to serve in the health sector in so short a time. In the next 4 years, this government would continue to build an inclusive healthcare system, reinvigorated by the delivery of 111 health facilities that cater for every Ghanaian, in every district, in every hamlet, from childbirth to old age, in dignity and in safety. Our dream of a better Ghana can only materialize with a citizenry that is healthy. The more reason why 4 more for Nana is a national assignment and not just a political outcry. Chofani ncha oela keji akochake obachake alo nye megame dani Nana ba ko ke insurance card the hospital ake chuni ko to renew card e jo teshi manke no ya to line wo bi itashia agbe nurses kuna ana nuchumo mene ni wo yo nuchumo eba la chagbe efete kane asuen hawo wo mpanye fai koni nyeke jomo ke solemo apia Nana Akufo-Addo koni noya ke jomo ke nuchumo ne ka ba hawo afi edwani kan wo yin wo ya le naka no minua fantifo me ya afai ni ba ti se nwara Nana Akufo-Addo wamba se obeshemu aroba odin shira ejuma eni nkoso ne nam na de odin nkoso na ejuma ba no ye de nkoso na apia no Nyankopon shira wo nyina midamasi
Nana Adjoa Adobia Asante Esquire. Speaks on our creative diversity.
The NPP is driving the consistent efforts in connecting the country's talents to the world, putting Ghana on the global platform.
His Excellency the President gave tourism an immense boost in the celebration of the Year of Vision, which was international. Touted and drew a lot of visitors
our progress and transforming Ghana for all. The manifesto is organized in 3 segments. You have one section, the beginning, which is accounting for our leadership. We were given a mandate, and how have we performed as far as that mandate is concerned? That is the first part of the manifesto. Then the second part deals with the consolidation of our progress. Having made so much progress, we want to consolidate that progress, and then we are able to move forward. And the third part is the acceleration of growth, the plan for acceleration of growth. So these are the three parts of the manifesto that the various presenters were putting together so beautifully. Of course, we are all reminded from the very beginning the mess that this government inherited from the mismanagement of the economy under the previous government, with Dumsor, collapsing NHIS, and so on. It was a mess, including a collapsing banking sector and financial sector. So we promised to fix this, and we proceeded to fix the broken economy, invest in critical and national infrastructure, and make the government machinery work. I would go to briefly talk about the accounting section of the manifesto. In this section, we list all the achievements that we have actually chalked in our 3.5 years in every sector, 17 sectors in all, and we have listed all the achievements. There are 289 separate promise categories, and we have listed over 300 achievements that we have in 3.5 years. Over 300 achievements. And so when you read the manifesto, you will see that we have fulfilled at least 80% of our promises. That is massive for any government in its first term. 80% of our promises. And when you look at all these achievements, you realize that sector by sector, we have really performed better, much, much better than the previous NDC government. So that is the issue of accounting for our progress. Then we go into consolidating our gains or consolidating our achievements. And here we want to make sure that post-COVID, we are able to consolidate all the achievements that we chalked and then be able to move the country forward. So this is consolidating our achievements in agriculture, in industrialization, the infrastructure, and so on. So we have so much to consolidate, and all these achievements that we talked about, free SHS and so on, we are not going to let them go. We are going to continue and deepen them and implement them and consolidate them for the benefit of all Ghanaians. The final section of the manifesto deals with our accelerated growth agenda. Of course, as the economy is very key, and if you want to accelerate growth, you have to tackle some of the key bottlenecks going forward. And our number one priority is to stimulate growth, development, and investment in the real sectors of the economy, the real sectors that make the difference, particularly in agriculture, industrialization, digitization, ensuring macroeconomic stability, and engendering the economic transformation of our country. So if you look at the industrialization segment of what we are trying to do going forward, we want to support the made in Ghana products, including supporting the use of local raw materials. The COVID experience has brought the Ghana Beyond Aid into immediate action, where we are going to be more self-reliant as a country and as an economy. So we are going to focus on more made in Ghana. We will renew our emphasis on component assembly, not just in automobiles, but also home appliances and light manufacturing in general. We will deepen and expand the 1D, 1F, and we will focus on implementing the integrated bauxite and aluminum industry, as well as the iron and steel industry. The preparatory work for these two industries is now complete. The legal framework is set, and in our next term, inshallah, you will see Ghana realize the vision, the long-held vision of building an integrated bauxite and aluminum industry, as well as an integrated iron ore and steel industry, which will be based in the northern part of Ghana. As we add value to our raw materials and our minerals, we will also be passing into law a mineral revenue management law, similar to the petroleum revenue management law, which will be a first. Our agricultural mechanization centers